Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday Night Thunder. As always, I am the Master of Ceremonies, Tony Styles. Right now, we're being joined by Action Figure Addicts. It's going to be in a multiple-man match here. I'm sorry, he's going to be in a tag team match with his mentor, or current mentor, Eddie Guerrero, as he and Guerrero take on the LWO, Joaquin, Wilde, and Cruz del Toro. I want to thank everybody for being a member here on the Legend Series channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching Tuesday Night Thunder, Tuesday Night SmackDown. Of course, these will be the last time you will see Thunder and SmackDown here on the Legend Series channel. We are going to a more traditional format. We will just be sticking with the Monday Night War, so Raw and Nitro will be sticking around. But this is the final broadcast of Tuesday Night Thunder. We appreciate you all for hanging out with us. The LSWA just dropping some of these properties from WWE and WCW, just trying to streamline things, if you will, or condense. But wait a minute, Action Figure out, guys, on microphones, got some things to say.
Ray. When will you learn, Ray? When will you learn that actions have consequences, Ray? For weeks, I've warned you that something like this was going to happen. Because the fact of the matter is this, Ray. You and your title have been on the bounty board for weeks. And it was only a matter of time before the headhunter comes and claims his bounty. Alright? So it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. And where have you been, Ray? Where have you been for the past couple of weeks, huh? Sitting your ass at home, enjoying your part-time status with Cruiserweight Championship right next to you? While I've been here busting my ass, proving to these people, not that they give a shit, but proving to the crowd, proving to the people in the back that Alpha deserve this championship at Slamboree, this championship match that's coming up in a few weeks. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing while your part-time ass sits at home enjoying life, enjoying your championship, but that's all coming to an end, alright? Because at Slamboree, it's going to be Alpha that holds his head high, holding that beautiful WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Because it's time for a new king to be crowned for the Cruiserweight division. It's time for a new face of the Cruiserweight division. It's time for someone to put the Cruiserweight division on the map for WCW. And it's not you, alright? It's not a part-time. And I need to address one more thing, alright? Shane, you old bastard, alright? Mr. I can't win a match. I've been hearing you talking shit, alright? So the matter of fact is this, Grandpa. Instead of worrying about me, you should be in the back making sure you drink your prune juice and making sure your old ass doesn't miss bingo tonight. Alright? That's what you should be doing. That's all I gotta say.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Action Figure Addict letting everybody know how he feels, including one Shane Edwards. You gotta wonder if maybe that's going to get settled over at the old Gimmick Factory. And right now, here he comes, live cheating and stealing his way into your hearts, one Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, of course, very decorated professional wrestler, decided to get the forever young shot in his ass. He said, I want to go back to my 20s when I was clanging and banging in WCW. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, quite potentially the dirtiest player in the game. The only one who could possibly surpass him would be leader of the Four Horsemen, of course, that being the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. But right now, Eddie Guerrero slowly making his way to the ring. Of course, Action Figure Addict went to the learning tree under the tutelage of one Eddie Guerrero. You gotta ask yourself, does Eddie Guerrero think that what Action Figure Addict is doing, going to the brass and complaining about wanting a title shot, is that the way Eddie Guerrero taught him? Something tells me Eddie Guerrero taught him a little ways of lie, cheating, and stealing, and we might see that kind of knowledge coming out at Slamboree when he goes one-on-one with Rey Mysterio Jr. But right now, he's going to team up, and here they come. Speaking of Rey Mysterio Jr., here comes his his proteges, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, on the way to the ring here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining the membership here at Legend Series. We'll be getting this storyline-based content every week, courtesy of us here at the LSWA. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde on the way to their ring to take on Eddie Guerrero and action figure out or AFA 112 for short. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a hell of a card for you tonight. Gotta have my producers hand it to me. But we got a lot coming up, so you stay with us. And we're going to keep it right here on the LSWA's Legend Series channel. Of course, this is storyline-based content. This is stuff that only members will get. So if you're a member, make sure you hit that rejoin button and you stay a member. And you can get this weekly content right here on the Legend Series channel. But as I said before, we have a hell of a card to get to, and this is the first one. And AFA and Cruz del Toro starting it off, and Cruz coming hot out of the box with a dropkick, and now it's got him in an armbar. Ladies and gentlemen, in your main event, the Voodoo Temple will be taking on the Four Horsemen. The Horsemen, after seeing Lex Luger barely survive that ambulance match on Nitro, want to throw their names into the full beautiful German suplex by AFA. The Horsemen want to throw their name into the fold as they want to get some retribution for their guy Sting as well. Listen, a lot of these legends don't like what Rod is saying about taking out the legends. A beautiful maneuver by Cruz del Toro now putting down Guerrero. Nice little springboard moonsault off the bottom rope. Impressive by Del Toro. As I said before now, the Voodoo Temple have made a vow to take out all the legends, so all the legends are now are uniting together to maybe put down. Oh, misses the moonsault, does Joaquin Wilde, and now Guerrero going to go on the offensive. Nice Hurricane Rana by Eddie Guerrero. Now Eddie Guerrero going to rely on that dirty tactics there by raking the eyes with his boot, and now him and AFA getting into it a little bit. Eddie Guerrero now screaming. Nice springboard dropkick by Guerrero. Also in action, Paulie Pepperjack will be taking on Woody Triple Deuce in one-on-one competition. I am also being told that Stacey Hatch will team up with Estelle as Estelle tries to get some retribution on her man as she takes on Sugarfoot the Violator when she teams up with Faye Wilde. Justin Booth also in action. Yojo Jerk here as well as Booker T. Of course, Molly Holly will now try to derail a gravy train known as Origin. That gravy train left the station on Monday with a successful debut. And now she's looking to continue that momentum as she takes on Molly Holly. But right now, Guerrero taking it to Joaquin Wilde. Lie, cheating, and stealing, as only Guerrero does best. And now Joaquin Wilde trying to get a breather, but Guerrero smartly cutting him off at the pass, seeing, maybe telegraphing. And you got to wonder, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro have probably gone to Guerrero a time or two for some advice. So Guerrero probably knowing a little too much about these two men. Now back rake by Guerrero. I will say this, if you noticed, Guerrero hasn't really made a tag to AFA. As you know, these two men don't tag. There is no tag team chemistry there. And now, look at this, Del Toro smartly breaking it up. Beautiful splashdown powerbomb by Eddie Guerrero. And of course now Eddie, one of many of the Guerrero family, the famous name of Lucha Libre. Of course, his dad, Gory Guerrero. But Eddie now going to the top rope. We might see that frog splash right now. And yes, we do. Turns in midair. Fantastic athleticism displayed by Guerrero. And Guerrero almost getting out of here with a 3 count. But Joaquin Wilde just gets that shoulder up. Ladies and gentlemen, also here to come, the Edwards brothers will be taking on the Blackjacks in tag team action. As you know, last week, on Nitro. Kevin Nash sustaining a massive quad injury. So the tag team titles are officially now vacated, although Scott Hall claims that him and Six can successfully defend those titles. They do not need Kevin Nash. Eric Bischoff said his hands are tied. A nice drop kick by Alpha. Eric Bischoff, of course, saying his hands are tied, and the brass, the big-time LSWA boss, said the belts will be vacated. And the tag team tournament will start tonight, and it starts with the Blackjacks and the Edwards brothers. And it will conclude at Slamboree to crown a new tag team champion, or champions. Nice knee to the face by Alpha. Now he's going to go to the top rope. Might be going for that whirly bird elbow. And there he goes. Beautiful move. He calls it the Jerry Curl elbow because it curlies in the air, too. And Alpha gets the big-time W here on Thunder. Fantastic opening match here. Let's see some action here with Del Toro now. Beautiful bottom rope springboard moonsault. And then Del Toro with a fantastic Spanish fly. But look at Guerrero. Even though he may be the older one, he still has some moves here. As you can see, the splash down here. Fantastic action here. Open up the show. Look at that frog splash, man. Guerrero is the prettiest. And look at that whirly bird Jerry Curl elbow by Alpha. 1, 2, you can count to 10, 3. There are your winners. Guerrero and action figure out, gaining some momentum here as he goes to Slamboree. You gotta wonder, is the confidence building for this young man? And I gotta say that it is between the Gimmick Factory here and right now here on Thunder. Guerrero's got this kid honed in and focused. So if I'm Ray, I'm nervous. Hell of a competition to start Nitro. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony Styles. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to take a short break right here in a minute. And when we come back, we got Six, James Lucas, and Kirbstomp in triple threat action. I'm excited to see this. Maybe this is Six's audition to see whether or not he gets that tag team title opportunity with Scott Hall. But we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Thunder, and here we go. Out he comes. One of the members of the New World Order, Six, a.k.a. Sean Waltman, on his way to the ring here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Innis, of course, as always, supplying the theme song to most or all of your favorite legends here at the LSWA. Go over to his YouTube and check him out. That's Innis, I-N-N-E-S. And you will find synthwave versions of all of your favorite legends theme songs, including the New World Order here. And right now, out comes Sean Waltman, a.k.a. Six. You can even call him X-Pac, however well you want to spin it. But he is on his way now to the ring, as he is going to be in triple threat action with James Lucas and Kirbstomp. Last week at the Gimmick Factory, Kirbstomp scored a big-time victory. I think in a match involving James Lucas and other members of the LSWA roster. So Kirbstomp looking to maybe pull this momentum over here into Thunder, but he's got James Lucas, who's coming out now. And of course, Sean Waltman standing in his way.
Weighing in at 235 pounds, the
And here he comes, the unpredictable James Lucas on his way to the ring. And I had an opportunity to ask him, what about his entrance? Why does he come out so cool, calm, and collective? And what is he holding in his hands? What is this imaginary thing that he has in his hands? And he said to me, Tony, I am literally preparing to become a demon, and right here is where I shed my skin. And the real James Lucas is here to fight. It's a transformation, if you will, if you want to call it that. I am very impressed. And he basically says what he's holding there and he puts down at the stairs is his humanity, as he is letting it go for however long it needs to be let go to score pinfall victories and maim and dismember his opponents. And James Lucas here is in the ring ready to go, as his humanity is left behind at the stairs. And he is about to take on Six. And the next gentleman about to join us here in the arena, one Kirbstomp. Kirbstomp is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Representing the Hooligans from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 210 pounds.
Kirbstomp is here, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, one half of the Hooligans, who I'm being told will have an opportunity to be in that tag team tournament on Nitro next week. I'm excited to see how that plays out. I don't know who their opponents will be, but next week is going to be tag team heavy, as I am being told that they need to figure out who is going to be fighting at Slamboree in 2 weeks on Saturday evening, or Saturday afternoon, I'm sorry. And look at this, Kirbstomp, just shades of his mentor, the hot rod Roddy Piper. Piper, as of late, has told me in the locker room that he is very, very proud of Kirbstomp and all he's accomplishing in his solo career in such a short amount of time. And I gotta be honest with you, and I told Piper this, I'm very impressed with Kirbstomp as of late. Can he get it done now? He's got two thoroughbreds in front of him. The question is, can Kirbstomp get a W here on Thunder? And the bell rings, and this triple threat is underway. And there goes X-Pac. Like I said, Sean Waltman goes by many names. You can call him whatever you want here at the LSWA. And now James Lucas, beautiful Michinoku driver on a Kirbstomp early in this match. But like I said, in a triple threat, you always got to be careful, because just when you think you got one guy completely down and out of it, in comes the disadvantage in the third man. And now, look at this. Kirbstomp, beautiful kick to the chest of Six, putting him down. And a nice big boot by James Lucas. And of course, anybody's wondering why he's called Six. When the NWO formed way back when, he was, of course, the sixth member of the NWO. Way back in 1996. For anybody who's keeping score. And here we go, back to the action. James Lucas, like I said, the man, if anybody impresses me here at the LSWA, it's guys like James Lucas. Oh, chop block by X-Pac here. X marks the spot right there on that knee. And now X-Pac really going to work over James Lucas here. Now, wait a minute now. Beautiful neck breaker there by Kirbstomp, but gets a kick right to his face for his troubles. As I said before, the extreme disadvantage here with a third man. Just when you think you got one guy down, up comes the third guy here to ruin your parade. Throw a monkey wrench in that old programming. A nice body slam by Six as he gets the ropes. Fantastic leg drop shed. That is vintage standard Sean Waltman. And now Sean Waltman going for what looked like a sledgehammer shot on James Lucas, but James Lucas, they maybe used it as a distraction, and a big-time knee by Kirbstomp. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is your second match, and this has been fantastic so far for Thunder here, between that tag team match to open it and now this triple threat match that is non-stop right now. We want to thank you all for joining the membership and enjoying this content. You can watch anything on YouTube, and you're choosing not only to watch this But to do it through a membership, we greatly appreciate. You have no idea what it means to us here at the LSWA and Legends Series. So we promise to give you the most entertaining wrestling as possible, at least as entertaining as it can be through virtual reality. But I hope you enjoy it as much as we love providing. And here we go, James Lucas now, trying to keep down 6. Oh, Kirbstomp now out of nowhere, tosses the sledgehammer, and it's James Lucas. James Lucas might have a serious concussion or injury. And look at this maneuver. Beautiful gutbuster by Kirbstomp here. Now Kirbstomp, what's he going for? He's going to go for that pedigree. He nails the pedigree on Sean Waltman. That might do it, but wait a minute. James Lucas taking full advantage of the odds here. And now look at this. Look at that. I think the power advantage will definitely go to James Lucas as Kirbstomp more, definitely the smaller in stature and in height, of course. And now, wait a minute, Lucas. As I said before, Lucas isn't kidding when he says he puts that humanity aside, becomes a man possessed, a demonic presence, whatever you want to call it. But this man goes to another level. Look at that maneuver he just nailed. Sean Waltman, but now he's going for a cover here. 1. And Kirbstomp just breaks it up. Kirbstomp might be in some serious trouble. James Lucas now starting to fully go unhinged. And he might now seriously put some hurt on somebody here. Sean Waltman seeing it happening and telegraphing and trying to get away from James Lucas. And now Kirbstomp and Sean both trying to attack him. They're trying to double team and maybe keep him down. And look at that beautiful electric chair drop from Kirbstomp. That might be the cutoff that he needed to maybe stop that momentum of James Lucas. And James Lucas now on Dream Street on the outside, but now quickly snapping out of it and getting back in the ring here. And they're going to break up that count. And now look at the power displayed by Lucas. What a fantastic German suplex, tossing Kirbstomp completely across the ring. And now he's got the sledgehammer and he's taking it to Sean Waltman, and Sean Waltman might be in serious trouble here in the next X Factor. Sean Waltman just hit the X Factor there, but Kirbstomp smartly taking advantage there with a beautiful lariato clothesline, putting Kirbstomp down. But now Kirbstomp by Kirbstomp. This might do it all right here. Smartly going for that cover. 1, 2, and James Lucas is not in time. Kirbstomp scores a big-time victory here at LSWA Thunder. Let's take a look at some of these replays. Look at the power displayed by Lucas. Beautiful Michinoku driver. And the quickness. Look at this. The quickness that Kirbstomp works. He's as quick as a hiccup. And look at this. James Lucas felt it was time to go to weapons. And look at the power. But in the end, it was the Kirbstomp from Kirbstomp that would put down Sean Waltman. And let me tell you something. If that was an audition for the tag team titles, I think Sean Waltman might have failed.
Here is your winner.
And there is your winner, James Lucas, proving that he and Roddy Viper have a serious claim and shot to the tag team titles. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to see where the tag team title tournament goes and who will be crowned new tag team champions at Slamboree. And of course, we have one qualifying match right now for that in Sam Edwards and Shane Edwards taking on the Blackjacks. But coming up next, you saw her on Monday. She was fantastic in her debut, and that is Origin. And she will be here tonight to take on Molly Holly. Ladies and gentlemen, please get with me with this action. It's been fantastic. We will be right back.
When Chaparino steps into the ring, his heart is racing, feels the sting, but every cheer he's not alone. He knows the fight is all his own. He'll rise above, he won't back down. A lion spirit claim the crown. With fists up here on the night, to every stunning fight, his might the crowd ignites, the voices loud, the fights are glory, nice and proud.
This is the LSWA Rewind, sponsored by Spot Lookie Radio.
And her opponent from the Garden of Eden, the Blueprint.
The beautiful back elbow by Origin, leveling DFAB. One shot, one kill, 1, 2. Good night, Irene. Origin, fantastic. Your winner. Successful in her debut is Origin. We are definitely excited to see more from this young lady in the months to come.
That's been the LSWA Rewind, sponsored by Spot Monkey Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it right there. The LSWA Rewind, sponsored by Spot Monkey Radio. You can catch Spot Monkey Radio every Monday over on False Finish Productions YouTube channel, 10:30 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time, live as they break down pro wrestling. But right now, as you saw, she made her debut on Raw, and she is here now to keep that momentum rolling as she takes on veteran Molly Holly. But she is the charismatic enigma. Nobody knows much. They just know that she is an extraterrestrial from another planet, possibly realm. Origin. They say she is the first. She is, in a simple word, perfect. Maybe she should hang out with Kurt Hennig. But right now she is here making her Thursday or WCW debut as she takes on Molly Holly. As you know, the female competition here can go between rosters, and that is agreed upon between Eric Bischoff, Adam Pearce, and Nick Aldis. They don't mind it. And of course, LSWA, the major boss, he is fully aware of it and is allowing it because the women's roster isn't that big. But Origin is here. Very interesting entrance from the charismatic enigma. Also, I mean, listen, she can hang out with Mr. Perfect and Jeff Hardy if she really wanted to. This lady, a versatile tool. But now she's awaiting Molly Holly. And here we go. Molly Holly, veteran. Very interesting entrance. Also said, hey, if everybody's going to get this forever young shot, I want it too. And they said, okay. Jeff Hardy, if she really wanted to. Here she is. A versatile tool, trying to capture some former glory from the old days when she was around. But now, can she do it against Origin? A lot of people don't know this about Origin, but Origin is a very tall gal. Very interesting entrance, standing at about 6'5". And Origin, I've seen her at the gym. The term clanging and banging is an understatement. I saw her jack up at least 400 pounds on the squat rack, and here she goes, trying to capture some form. And they lock up here. Now Molly Holly's going to probably rely on some scientifics here to beat the much larger Origin. Origin fired up here. Oh, look at the power displayed by Origin. Now beautiful reversal. Stand into a waist lock here. Going to hold on Molly Holly. I got to tell you, the strength advantage will probably go. Look at that beautiful arm drag takedown by Molly Holly. He's got Origin in the headlock. Okay. So here she is, this lady. Look at this. Really applying some pressure on Origin, maybe. Trying to capture some form. Trying to slow an excited Origin down. And she was fired up to be here on her WCW debut. And now Origin, look at this. Origin gonna break it up now and trips down Molly Holly. As you know, Origin, an original Gimmick Factory member, training at the Gimmick Factory. And now coming up into the LSWA, and it tosses, look, like I said before, the power game definitely belonging to Origin, as you can visibly see the size difference between the two. And a big-time neck breaker by Molly Holly. Molly Holly, of course, everybody knows her from working with the Holly Brothers Crash and Hardcore Holly, or Bob Holly. Way back when. Then, of course, she became a superhero with the Hurricane in Mighty Molly. But the fact of the matter is, when the bell rings, the young lady can get it done. And right now, she is showing her expertise and her experience over Origin, really wrenching that arm. trying to work Origin down. As I said before, Origin came out of here very excited, and sometimes that excitement needs to be curved, and these veterans will put you in your place. And I think Molly Holly right now with a beautiful hammerlock really putting Origin in her place. The question is, can Origin use her power? And look at this. Molly Holly, like I said, experience will always trump athleticism. An Irish whip off the ropes. And look at this, sidewalk slam by Molly Holly, displaying some power of her own. And she puts down Origin here. The Irish whip, oh, they collides with the referee. And nice, look at that, that's what Origin used that as a distraction to get an advantage over Molly Holly. And now big time Origin going to the ropes here, and Molly missing it, and a beautiful double axe handle by Origin now. Origin goes for a cover here. One. And a kick out by Molly Holly. As I said before, Molly Holly been around a long time. A lot of experience. The question is, between the power, the athleticism, the size, Origin now down with a leg screw, dragon leg screw whip. And look at that, the power again being displayed by Origin. Just kicks Molly off, and look at that kick right to the abdomen, putting Molly Holly, knocking all the wind out of Molly Holly. Look at that shot. That forearm shot is... wait a minute, I think Origin might be going for that big kick that she does. Molly Holly completely aware of the back elbow finish of Origin. She calls it back to Origins, where she completely knocks you out cold and you wake up. Oh, look at this now, Molly Holly. Looks like she's taking a page out of Curvin's book with a modified Capo's Nightmare. But look at the reversal here by Origin. Fantastic athletic ability. And oh, look at that line putting down Molly Holly as Origin now in firm control of the veteran. And now, beautiful single leg DDT. The question is now, can Molly Holly mount any kind of comeback? Oh, wait, it is that big time elbow back to Origin. She now puts down Molly Holly. 1, 2, and Molly Holly might be on instinct just kicked out, and Origin looks visibly frustrated there. As now she's going to work over the legs of Molly Holly. As I said before, Origin not only one finisher, but two. She's got that back elbow, which is an absolute nightmare, but she also has a fantastic kick where she completely knocks you out. And she was going for a neck breaker there, but Molly Holly saw it coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining the LSWA. I want to thank you all for joining the membership and watching this storyline content. Nice slam by Holly. Is she going to go to the top rope here? Molly Holly, I think, is going for it all. Nice elbow drop off the top by Molly Holly. Here we go. 1, 2, and a kick out by Origin. Origin, man, let me tell you something. She's impressing us every week she shows up here. And I can guarantee you this, Origin might be finding herself in a women's championship match sooner than later. And look at Molly Holly again, as I said before, crafty veteran maneuver. Beautiful submission here, trying to get Origin to tap. But Origin just too strong, too resilient, and nice enziguri, also too athletic. As now Molly Holly getting up, she doesn't know what she's getting into. Look at that kick, that was the kick I was talking about right there, where she'll knock your teeth right out of your mouth. 1, 2, and oh, Origin now can't keep Molly Holly down. Crafty veteran here won't stay down. At this point now, Molly Holly might definitely have more guts than brains. As now look at this, Origin now going to the top rope here. Origin, she's calling for something massive here as Molly Holly gets up. And a beautiful shoulder tackle off the top rope. 1, 2, and Holly kicks out again. Fantastic women's competition we have here on Thunder. As now Origin just going to take the offense right to Molly Holly, trying to make sure that Holly stays down this time. Stomping her out. And now she's going to pick up Molly Holly. You got to ask yourself a question. Is she about to go for that back elbow maneuver? Off the rope goes Holly. Drops down, back elbow. That's got to be it. Back to Origins right there. But wait a minute, Origins not done. Origin's not done. Whoa! There's the kick followed by that back elbow. That's definitely gotta do it right there. 1, 2, and Origin scores a big-time victory. 2-0 here at LSWA.
Stomping her out.
For Origin, the extraterrestrial. She is here to claim glory and show us how to live within a utopian society. But unfortunately, he's got to get down and dirty to do it, and does just that. I mean, look at this action you're seeing in the replays here. Holly throwing everything she had at Origin, but it definitely wasn't enough, as Origin's kicks and back elbows really made the difference here. Putting down Holly once and for all. I mean, not only one, but two of each here. Bang! Kicking her right in the mouth. That'll definitely send you to the dentist for sure. But Origin getting the job done here tonight on Thunder. And you have to ask yourself a question. What is next for Origin? As now she can put the likes of B-Fab and Molly Holly behind her. So the question is, who's in front of this giantess going forward here at the LSWA as the roster grows every single day? We appreciate you all for being here and being a part of the LSWA action. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony. I cannot believe the action we are seeing, but you know what? It's the LSWA, so no surprise there. I appreciate you all for being a member and watching this. But let's take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thunder. The United States champion on his way to the ring, Booker T. I am shocked he's here. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't see him on the card. Well, Booker T is here to address maybe Jeff Areno, who cut a scathing promo on Booker T earlier today. And we will cut to that right now.
Booker T, I understand there's been some misunderstanding about Morning Wood. Two things for you. Woody's the weekend morning, the good one. I'm the weak, the mornings you don't want greeting ya. Two, when we meet, it should be sooner than you'd like. The ring isn't our battlefield, no, but the whole damned arena is. You've held that title long enough. We can see the gray in your beard, old man. It's time to let the new blood in. Oh, one more thing. Just remember, I put a man in the hospital for taking my spot. What do you think I'll be doing to someone who's holding my belt? Boyo!
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what Jeff said? Maybe that's what Booker T is coming out here right now to address. Maybe he doesn't appreciate one Jeff Areno saying some stuff about him. The Slamboree is shaping up to be one hell of an event as Booker T is here in Las Vegas to address some stuff. I am being told that is exactly why Booker T is here right now. He's got some things he wants to get off his chest. So let's get to it, and let's hear what Book's got to say.
Guerrero, I don't appreciate some of the things you said about me. I'm a fighting WCW champion, sucker. I take on any challenger. Anybody, anytime, any place. I am the definition of world championship wrestling. I am a champion. I am the best. And I am better than the best. Anybody got a problem with that? Come get some suckers.
What the hell is this, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, Joe Jerk's music just hit. I guess he didn't like what Booker T was saying. took some liberties with what Booker T had to say, that he is the best champion. He's the best here at LSW. And here comes the television champion, Yo-Joe Jerk. Maybe not at all impressed with what Booker T had to say. I mean, here he comes, Yo-Joe Jerk on his way to the ring. United States champion already in the ring as the television champion heads on his way. As I said before, Booker T really laying it on the line, saying he's the best. He'll take on anybody, any place, anytime, anywhere. Didn't really appreciate what Jeff Areno had to say about Booker T. Of course, you can catch Yo-Joe Jerk every Monday and Thursday over on his YouTube channel, Yo-Joe Jerk, when he goes live with the Mega Powers on Thursday night. Thunder talks everything in the toy world. If you like action figures, if you like toys, Yo-Joe Jerk will definitely be the source for you for all your toy needs. Let's hear what he has to say. He's got a mic now.
Booker T, we should throw down right now, champ to champ. Before Slamboree, come get some.
You want some right now? You people want to see it? Me and you right now? Then let's do it, brother. Me and you right now, sucker. Get ref out here.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The match about to start, but we will take a quick break. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Thunder. Jerk coming out here challenging Booker T to his tune-up match before Slamboree. Booker T happily accepting, and here he goes, float over, beautiful neck breaker by the United States champion Booker T. Impromptu match hitting here on Thunder as Yo-Joe Jerk interrupts Booker T as he was addressing Jeff Areno. Slamboree will be live on members only here on Legend Series channel in just a few weeks, as we will see Booker T taking on Jeff Areno and Tony's Figs taking on Yo-Joe Jerk for their respective championships. And of course, right now, Raven is waiting in the wings to see who wins between Book and Jeff Areno. And now look at this, beautiful scientifics. Now Jerk backing Booker T into the ropes here, and now referee breaking it up. And now look at Jerk trying to mount an offensive, but Booker T cutting him off at the pass as Booker T jacks him up in a fireman's carry. Now going to drop him over to little snake eyes over there on that turnbuckle. And now yanking Jerk out, dropping Jerk right on his dome and going for a cover. Does Booker T here. 1, 2, and Yo-Joe Jerk just kicks out. Booker T, of course, the more experienced of the two. Yo-Joe Jerk capitalizing on a major flaw in DDP's game in a couple of weeks ago when he became television champion. And now Booker T calling Jerk to get up to his feet. And now, wait a minute, Jerk coming back with a little bit of offense of his own. Punching Book. Now Booker T now caught up in the ropes here, getting choked out. And now, wait a minute here. Jerk walking Booker T over, and now wait a minute, an Irish whip Booker T off the ropes here, and now drop down, and a beautiful Harley race high knee by Yo-Joe Jerk, calling Book to get up, and a nice punch right to the face. Yo-Joe Jerk has some seriously educated hands, and then look at that. Beautiful maneuver, Jerk hitting him with a barrage of offense, a flurry of blows that Booker T cannot answer. And fantastic Ricky the Steamboat style chop off the top rope. And Yo-Joe, oh, look at that, Booker T now playing a little bit of possum here. Baiting Jerk in, and now look at this. Vintage Booker T, fantastic spine on the pine, spine buster. Jerk now eating the mat. And now look at that, Jerk displaying some leg power. Maybe does not ignore leg day when he goes to the gym. He's now going to walk Booker T over to that corner and slams him right into that turnbuckle. Going for a classic bulldog. Beautiful bulldog maneuver. Yo-Jo Jerk here in firm control, going for a pin. 1, 2, and Booker T just kicks out here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, it's champ versus champ, non-title action. Booker T came out here to address Jeff Farino, but Jerk said, hey, before you get to Jeff Farino, why don't you take a shot at the television champion? And Booker T happily accepted. A nice jawbreaker by Booker T, breaking out of that sleeper hold. And a beautiful vintage Booker T leg lariat. 1, 2, and Yo-Jo Jerk just kicks out. Booker T and Yo-Jo Jerk, very respected champions here at the LSWA. Now Booker T going for that scissor kick maneuver. Fantastic, nailed it. Booker T nailed the scissor kick. 1, 2, and Yo-Jo Jerk just kicked out again. Referee Rosa Gurney now trying to keep the order. Booker T, beautiful missile drop kick off the second rope. Definitely not the heat seeker, which is off the top rope. Booker T now dropping the knee across the face of Yo-Jo Jerk. And now look at this, Booker T hitting those ropes, going for that beautiful flipping neckbreaker maneuver. Well, snapping neckbreaker, if you will. We'll call it that from now on, maybe, if I remember. Clothesline by Yo-Jo Jerk puts down Booker T. This match completely even. Steven, look at this. They're going tit for tat, move for move here. Trying to outsmart one another. Rosa Gurney has no idea how to keep the order here. Booker T now, oh wait, almost colliding with the referee. Nice shuffle side kick by Booker T. Puts down Yo-Jo Jerk, and now he's going to lock him up. I thought he was going to lock him up in the camel clutch. And now Booker T trying to stomp, but Jerk telegraphs it now with a shot to the midsection here, waist lock, and a headbutt to the back of the head of Booker T. That'll ring your bell for sure. And Booker T now needing the help of the ropes to get up, as Jerk now flurry of blows here, just punching Booker T right out. He is punching Booker T out. Look at all those punches right there, stomping Booker T out. Booker T is in some serious trouble. Look at that knee right to the corner. Jerk in firm control right here on Thunder. And now Yo-Jo Jerk going to walk over Booker T to the corner, slams Booker T into the corner there. And he's going to go for that bulldog a second time and nails that bulldog a second time here. Jerk this might do it for Booker T. And here we go, sleeper hold. Yo-Jo Jerk. But it was a rope break. Rosa Gurney, referee, staying right on top of that one. As now Booker T. Bookend. Booker T hit the bookend. 1, 2, and Booker T scores the big-time victory over Yo-Jo Jerk. Yo-Jo Jerk has nothing to be ashamed of. Booker T getting the momentum he so rightfully needed going into Slamboree against Jeff Farino. Booker T, ladies and gentlemen, scoring a big-time victory, hitting all the classics, but Yo-Jo Jerk now hitting this beautiful tomahawk over Yo-Jo off the top rope, and then walking Booker T over here, slamming him into the corner and going for that bulldog. Went for it all. Booker T kicking out, of course. With a beautiful leg lariat, hitting all vintage Booker T pulled out all the classics. But even that wasn't enough to keep Jerk down. Well, Booker T now, go look at that, as I said, vintage T, bang, scissor kick. But like I said here, it was the bookend that would put Jerk down for the count. And the WCW United States Champion walking out of here with a big-time W does Booker T, as he's heading to Slamboree to take on Jeff Farino, the Eclipse, a.k.a. the Bouncy Ball. I'm excited to see where that goes, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, we still have so much more. That spin-a-rooney by Booker T. Celebrating with this WCW audience right now here at Thunder. WCW United States Champion walking out of here for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, we have so much more action here to come. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we come back. Justin Booth is in action. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on WCW Thunder. And here we go. You heard the wolf howl. You know the Saponi werewolf is on his way to the ring here. Justin Booth,
Weighing in at 191
ladies and gentlemen, as of late, scored a big-time victory.
Justin!
Scored a big-time victory over Alpha Red last week, but got stomped out for his troubles. And literally has been fighting the Figure Fight Club tooth and nail, who as of recent started some kind of beef with the 3POA, Zikanen and Laser Pants over at the Gimmick Factory. But Justin Booth now here has nothing to do with the Figure Fight Club. But I'm seeing that he's going for a microphone. Let's hear what Justin has to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, according to Eric Bischoff, has been made official. At Slamboree, it's going to be myself versus the Figure Fight Club with 2 partners of my choosing and a 6-man tag team street fight. Now that's Slamboree. Tonight, let's focus on the triple threat match. It's going to be myself against Voodoo Guerrero and Psychosis. 2 legendary luchadors, but most importantly, 2 former cruiserweight champions. Now I saw Monday night. Despite the
you heard it right here. The hunt is officially gone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told that he thought it was a triple threat match, but Eric Bischoff throwing a monkey wrench in his program and now adding Axiom, making it a fatal 4-way. Axiom has entered the arena here, ladies and gentlemen. Axiom debuting here on Thunder right now tonight. As Eric Bischoff stealing Axiom from the WWE. The WWE has said recently that they were going to shit-can the cruiserweight division, and they did. And I guess might have been that's what led to this stealing of Axiom. And he is here now debuting on WCW Thunder in what was supposed to be. It was supposed to be on my note card here. It does say the WWE match has said. But now my notes, all these producers handing me note cards telling me that Eric Bischoff said, no, I just signed this guy. I want to see what he's made of. And he's here. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the veteran. You saw him last week. He scored a big-time W over the WCW Cruiserweight Champion. Juventud Guerrero here. Ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love Juventud Guerrero's WCW theme. I could not let it slide. I had to add it here. And Hoobie, Quasi-Juice, as Chris Jericho used to call him, is here in the arena. The juice is loose. Juventud Guerrero is here tonight. Can he score another W like he did last week? In the WWE, he's got 3 men, and wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, might be one of my absolute favorite luchadors of all time. The one and only Psychosis. He is here. Some call him Psychosis, some call him Psychosis. But the bottom line here is he is a fantastic luchador. And he is here tonight at WCW Thunder. As he will be taking on some of the finest cruiserweights WCW has to offer right now. And Eric Bischoff telling us you can expect a lot more cruiserweight action as the weeks progress on Nitro. But the bottom. Psychosis now. And Eric Bischoff telling us you can expect a lot more cruiserweight action as the weeks progress on Nitro. Finally here at WCW Thunder. And he is ready to go. I'm excited to see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. But Psychosis. Psychosis now. Whoopsie. And Psychosis finally here at WCW Thunder. And he is ready to go. I'm excited to see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. of Psychosis. Ladies and gentlemen, these four luchadors ready to lock horns here tonight on Thunder. I am absolutely excited to call this match. Justin Booth, WCW Thunder, one of the finest competitors we have here at the LSWA, always here weekly fighting, wanting to prove himself on this roster. And this action starts right away. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm going to try to keep up as much as I can, but if I cannot, please do not be mad at me, as this action is hard to contain. But while this action goes on, I'm going to put over some things, as later tonight in your main event, the Voodoo Temple will be taking on the four Horsemen. And that'll be, of course, Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and, of course, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, as they finally return to WCW from their Japan trip. Of course, touring all of Japan and Europe, and now finally returning to the WCW roster. Of course, we rotate that kind of a schedule, and right now I'm being told that Hogan has officially accepted a tour of Japan, so Hogan will be off television for a while. And of course, Kevin Nash suffering a severe quad injury, so Nash won't be here for a while either. That, of course, vacates Thunder the WCW World Tag Team Championships, and that, of course, now will be decided at Slamboree. And right now, tonight, the Edwards brothers will be taking on the Blackjacks to determine who will move on to the first round, or I'm sorry, the second round of the tag team tournament that will continue on Nitro. Of course, on Nitro, we will get two tag team title matches. Two tag team matches. And then, of course, one tag team will have to wrestle twice, as the Blackjacks drew the bigger straw and now get the week off. They get the week's rest, or the bye week, if you will, as they get to wrestle tonight and wait until next week, where they will fight the winner, now I'm being told, of the Figure Fight Club and the Hooligans. A couple of weeks ago, those two teams engaged in one hell of a tag team tables match. Tag team tables match. Eric Bischoff liked that so much that he said that those two teams will open up Nitro, and the winner of that will close out Nitro with the Blackjacks if they win, or the Edwards brothers. I'm sorry, it's either one or the other. So it all depends who wins the tag team title match tonight, but they move on to the main event of Nitro. And I guess, like I said, they get the bye week. 1, 2, Psychosis. Almost getting a victory here, be a pinfall on the debuting Axiom. Axiom, one hell of a competitor here, one hell of a luchador. Very happy to have this young man here at the LSWA. Beautiful maneuver, reverse Rana by Juventud, dropping Justin Booth completely out of it. And now, two Lucha legends in Juvi and Psychosis, and beautiful maneuver by Juvi, putting down Psychosis. As I said before, you can say one or the other, does not matter. And now Juvi focusing his attention on Axiom, as Justin Booth now finally enters back into the fray on Psychosis. Beautiful back suplex by Justin Booth, the Saponi Werewolf. Justin Booth, as of late, said to me he's trying to put on some muscle mass. He's trying to gain enough weight by Slamboree for his 6-man tag match, where he will be joining the likes of Laser Pants and a mystery opponent that he will not let anybody know about. He did say, though, that young man that he's about to bring in here is going to rock the very foundation of WCW Thunder, or WCW in general. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Thunder. As Justin Booth now trying to go for his finishing maneuver, but Axiom now fully aware of it and stopping him dead in his tracks. And Booth now going back and forth with Axiom, as Juventud Guerrero now whips around Psychosis, dropping him down to the mat. And a beautiful 450, but Justin Booth now completely drags Psychosis out of the way. And now Juvi, a little upset, puts down Justin Booth in the Juvi driver. But now Psychosis quickly breaking that up. And now wait a minute here. Psychosis now Irish whip off the ropes by Axiom. Axiom now going for what looks like a Spanish fly and drops Psychosis. And a beautiful leg lariat on a Juventud Guerrero going for a cover, but Justin Booth now breaks it up. If you thought a triple threat was annoying with the disadvantage, a fatal four-way is even worse because now you got to worry about two other guys instead of just the one. And now look at this. Hoovy focuses his attention on Axiom while Psychosis takes it to Justin Booth. There's a lot of action here, ladies and gentlemen, trying to keep up with it all here on Thunder. But wait a minute, I just think Justin Booth might have busted himself wide open on that turnbuckle. Hoovy going for that bulldog, but it missed it. And now wait a minute, Axiom going to the top rope. Look at that beautiful move by Axiom. Fantastic dancing on that rope and dropping a beautiful dropkick. But now Justin Booth keeping the boot right to the abs in the midsection. And finally nails that bulldog a second time on a Justin Booth there. This is the kind of cruiserweight action you can expect from WCW in the cruiserweight division here. And look at Hoovy putting down Axiom. Well, the athleticism here is off the charts right now. Big time drop kick by Hoovy. Puts down Justin Booth now. Everybody's laid out here. The only one standing is Hoovy. Wait a minute now, playing some possum is Psychosis. Psychosis now going for that sit-out power bomb. He's well known for that one. But Justin Booth now smartly just breaks it up. A nice maneuver there by Justin Booth. That could do it. Axiom down. But Psychosis quickly stops that. And now Psychosis attacking Justin Booth here. Justin Booth now trying to get the use of the ropes to help him up. Axiom needs to break that up, and Axiom just breaks up the Hoovy driver. Axiom now taking Hoovy to the corner here, right into the turnbuckle here. Now putting Hoovy up. What's he about to do now? Justin Booth trying to break it up. But now Justin Booth focusing his attention on Psychosis while Axiom is here in the corner with Hoovy. What are we about to see here? Off the top, Spanish fly. Fantastic maneuver here. He's going for a cover one, but broken up by Justin Booth. And now Justin needs to break that up, and Axiom just breaks up. Axiom, he not might have everybody right where he wants him. Get tossed by Hoovy. And DDT by Psychosis. These guys are all on top of each other. You're going 1, 2, and Axiom just breaks it up. This cruiserweight action is non-stop here on WCW Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, now Hoovy now in control, drops Axiom. Axiom needs to break that up, and Axiom just breaks up Booth now. The Hoovy driver finally getting his wits about him. And now drops Axiom. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told we have to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. A coup de grace. Wait a minute. We'll be right back.
Don't forget to head on over to Instagram and give us a follow at False Finish Productions. There you can stay up to date on all current and upcoming shows, also taking a funny limerick or two. And meanwhile, if you're old like me, head on over to Facebook and give us a follow at False Finish Productions. That's False Finish Productions on all your social media channels.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This action has been non-stop since the bell has rang. And now Justin Booth knocks Psychosis completely out, but Psychosis on instinct just kicks him right off, and now clotheslines Juventud Guerrero. This match, like I said, man, has been non-stop since the bell has rang. There's now Psychosis in firm control of everybody. Everybody's now just kind of dazed and confused. As now Justin Booth hits the fantastic, look at this maneuver, Justin Booth, 1, 2, and Psychosis almost scoring a big-time victory over Axiom right off, and now clotheslines Juventud Guerrero. Axiom now finally getting some this match, like I said, goes right in the face, and Justin Booth just breaks it up. Is now Psychosis in firm control
Like I
of
said,
everybody. These
everybody's
men
now
are
just
all
kinda
over the
dazed
place
and
tonight.
confused.
Trying. As now Justin Booth hits the
prove
fence
to the brass that they might be next in line for a cruiserweight title match.
And Psychosis almost scoring a
Psychosis
big-time
with that
victory over
fantastic
Axiom.
springboard leg drop.
And now Psychosis
now
just
finally
breaks
getting
up the
some,
count on
breathing room.
Hoovy.
Now
Kicks Psychosis right in the face, and Justin Booth just breaks it
No,
up.
he went for that leg drop, and he collided with Hoovy, taking Hoovy out at the same time
Like I said,
as
these men are all over the place tonight.
And Axiom just
Trying
kicks out of that leg
to
drop.
prove to the brass that they might be next in line for a cruiserweight title match.
Psychosis with that fantastic springboard leg drop.
Now
Psychosis just breaks up the count on Hoovy. No, he went for that leg drop, and he collided with Hoovy, taking Hoovy out at the same time as Act 2. And Axiom just kicks out of that
over
leg
the neck
drop.
of Hoovy to Guerrero. Justin Booth now goes for a cover, trying to keep him distracted too. And Hoovy kicks out. Now drops an elbow to the head of Psychosis. And a power slam by Psychosis. Now picking up Axiom. Chop by Psychosis now. And now working over the neck of Hoovy to Guerrero. Justin Booth now goes for a cover, trying to keep him distracted too. And Hoovy kicks out. And a power slam by Psychosis. Now picking up Axiom. Chop by Psychosis now. Now these men fighting it out right now. Psychosis drops Hoovy right on his face, but did not pay attention to Justin Booth there, who might capitalize on this opportunity here. Justin Booth definitely focused on the Figure Fight Club, but definitely not overlooking the four men that's in the ring right now in front of him. An Axiom, beautiful kick right to the face of Justin Booth, completely dazing him. And now Hoovy goes for a Hoovy driver, but he gets broken it out right now. Justin Booth. Psychosis drops Hoovy right on his face, but did not pay attention to Justin Booth there, who might capitalize on this opportunity here. Justin Booth definitely focused on the Figure Fight Club, but definitely not overlooking the four men that's in the ring right now in front of him. And a nice drop kick by Hoovy. Beautiful kick right to the face of Justin Booth, completely dazing him. And now Hoovy goes for a Hoovy driver, but he gets broken up by Justin Booth. Hoovy tosses him right over. Stomping out Psychosis. And now he's really taking it. Justin Booth now up to his feet. And a nice drop kick by Hoovy. And now Hoovy's getting shots fired at him here. Look at this now. Hoovy tosses him right over. And now all these men. Axiom now setting up Booth for something here. Axiom went for it, but Justin Booth beautifully telegraphed it and drops an elbow of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, this action, like I said, has been non-stop. It's hard to keep up with it all. Wait a minute here. No, look at Axiom now. Is he going for that flipping DDT on Justin Booth? That might do it for Justin Booth. 1, 2. Now all these men. And a kick out by Axiom Justin now setting up Booth for something here. Axiom went for it, but Justin Booth beautifully telegraphed it and drops an elbow of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, this action, like I said, has been non-stop. It's hard to keep up with it all. That he is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with here at the Cruiserweight division. No, look at Axiom now. Is he going for that flipping DDT on Justin Booth? That might do it for Justin Booth. Dumping Axiom. 1, 2. And now Justin Booth takes it. And Justin Booth now taken completely out by Juventud Guerrero, who now Psychosis and Juventud. Clear rivalry between these two. Net fantastic DDT going for a cover. All these men might be trouble. 1, athleticism here tonight, proving that he is Psychosis scores a big-time victory over all three men. None of these men have nothing to be ashamed of. For Justin Booth, and Axiom yelling at the referee. But Psychosis scoring the big-time victory when he finally had the advantage in front of him. And as you can see, all these replays, this action was non-stop, ladies and gentlemen. All of these men flying everywhere. But in the end, it was Psychosis who scored a pinfall victory. Justin Booth and Axiom visibly angry with that.
But hey, man, that's the breaks in a fatal four-way. You don't need to be pinned to lose the match. And Psychosis now heads on with a victory under his belt. This cruiserweight division heating up every single week. And ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to be the guy calling it. Welcome back here to the booth. As always, I am Tony Styles. I appreciate you all for joining me on this members-only content. Please tell everybody about this stuff. Tell your friends and family about the LSWA if they like wrestling, if they want to be involved in virtual pro wrestling. Let them know about the LSWA. We'll get them on this roster. But till then, we'll be right back. LSWA if they like wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Thunder. And now you know that theme song. You know what that means. We are being graced with the presence of the 80s queen, Estelle. Estelle is here in the building. And she will be LSWA if they like wrestling. Estelle going to be teaming up with Stacey Hatch as they take on Sugarfoot the Violator and Faye Wilde in tag team action here. As you know, right now Estelle and Sugarfoot engaged in some serious heated rivalry action. If they like wrestling, involving one Paulie Pepperjack, Estelle's boyfriend. Sugarfoot recently, her eyes falling on Paulie Pepperjack, and instead of just going up to him and asking him nicely for a cup of coffee, she just attacked him. We found that security footage. You can head on over to our Instagram to see that security footage. And if you haven't yet, please give the LSWA Instagram a follow. We'd greatly appreciate it. LSWA if they like wrestling. But Estelle here right now, she's going to team up with Stacey Hatch, one of her friends. Stacey Hatch, a known fighter. We call her Barry Best. She'll season some punches on your face. She's coming out right now. As you know, married to one Infinite Rob, so they share the same theme song. Barry Best is here. Stacey Hatch is in the building, ready to go. I'm interested to see how this plays out. And here we are, Stacey Hatch making her way to the ring. Prepping, she's about to get into a serious fight. She's about to fight a freaking Sasquatch. So she knows what she's about to walk into here. Fighter, we call her not Barry. Afraid of anything. Gotta tip your cap to Stacey Hatch, who was literally offered an opportunity here to team up with Estelle. With these unfortunate parameters where she's got enough fight Sugarfoot the Violator. But first, so she knows what she's about to walk into here. Tag team partner. Not afraid of anything. Gotta tip your cap to Stacey Hatch. The evil within the woods, who was literally offered an opportunity here to team up. The evil within the woods with the manifestation from the these unfortunate parameters where she's got enough fight Sugarfoot the Violator. She is now here, ladies and gentlemen. What she's about to walk into here. Not afraid of anything. Gotta tip your cap to Stacey Hatch, who was literally offered an opportunity here to team up. Wilde is in the building. Estelle. With these unfortunate parameters where she's got enough fight Sugarfoot the Violator. So she knows what she's about to walk into here. Not afraid of anything. Gotta tip your cap to Stacey Hatch, who was literally offered an opportunity here to team up. Hey, Wilde ready to go. She's awaiting her tag team partner with a 7'3" plus pound. And here you these unfortunate parameters where she's got to now fight Sugarfoot the Violator. So she knows what she's about to walk into here. Not afraid of anything. Gotta tip your cap to Stacey Hatch, who was literally offered an opportunity here to team up. Way to the ring last week, she violated Paulie Pepperjack and more wasted one for 300 plus. We don't know what the hell that story is. But she's got to now fight Sugar. But she definitely did have her way with one Paulie Pepperjack. She knows what she's about to walk into here. And now she's going to try to have her way with his girlfriend Estelle. Stacey Hatch, who she's so big the camera can't even get her in frame to team up with Sugar, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to see how this tag team match plays out. With these unfortunate parameters where she's about to just awaiting a bell here. And here we go. Pepperjack, Estelle going right after Faye Wilde, who tosses Estelle right down. Now to have her way with Estelle, his girl. Not really classically trained in the ways of professional wrestling. She's just really here to fight. I mean, she wears freaking heels for Christ's sake. And a nice double stomp by Faye Wilde. Now tags in her tag team partner. Ladies, I mean, it kind of makes sense. The Sasquatch in a fairy team match plays out. So I'm not questioning it, as we're just awaiting a bell here. Sugarfoot puts the foot. And here we go. Estelle going right after Faye Wilde. And a big time boot right to the face. Estelle, not really classically trained in the ways of professional wrestling. Right in the face, and a nice elbow really here to fight. I mean, she wears freaking heels for Christ's sake. Putting a nice double stomp by Faye Wilde. And now Faye Wilde tags in her tag team partner. Estelle to get up. Faye Wilde wants to take it kind of makes sense. The Sasquatch in a fairy to hang out with each other. And there she goes, but Estelle yanks her right out of the sky, maybe pulls those wings off her back. Sugarfoot puts the foot Faye Wilde down, and now Estelle. Gonna toss Faye Wilde. You gotta ask yourself, she about to make a tag. Like I said, Estelle not really classically trained in the ways of professional wrestling. Stacey Hatch hitting the ropes. She's just really here to fight. I mean, she wears freaking heels for Christ's sake. To the arm of Faye Wilde. And a nice double stomp. It's good to see Faye Wilde and Stacey Hatch working together as a team partner. They're going to need that when they're taking on a 7-foot Sasquatch and a fairy to hang out with each other. As now Faye Wilde might be in some trouble here as Sugarfoot puts the foot. Stacey Hatch doesn't care who you are. She will toss Faye Wilde right out. But the question ask yourself, she about to make a tag. Punch the lights out of a 7-foot Sasquatch who's standing there right now. Irate in the corner watching along. Double axe handle. And Faye Wilde just kicks out here. It's good to see Estelle still to come. The Edwards brothers working together as a team. Pepperjack takes on Woody Dribble taking on a 7-foot Sasquatch. Wait a minute, what do we got here? Fantastic tag team action. As now Estelle and Stacey Hatch, and of course in your main event, the Voodoo Temple take on the Four Horsemen. Doesn't care who you are. She will punch your lights right out. But the question is, Estelle trying to take out the lights out of a 7-foot maybe break some ribs. Standing there right now, irate in the corner, watching her along or two. Estelle now to the top. Wilde just kicks out the senton up with a big time splash. Still to come. She is definitely looking to break some ribs. And look at the power displayed by Estelle. In your main event, what do we got here? Fantastic tag team action. My word, the power displayed by Estelle and Stacey Hatch. And of course, in your main event, the Voodoo Temple left in the tank on the Four Horsemen. Nice kick out by Faye Wilde. By Estelle trying to take out Estelle has brought to the table. Maybe break some ribs. And now Estelle resorting to some dirty tactics. Estelle now to the top of Faye Wilde across the canvas. That will give you some rub burn on your forehead. She is definitely looking to break some ribs. And look at the power displayed by Estelle. Look at that. My word, the power displayed by the old bag. She's got a lot left in the tank as a team, and now Estelle showing her kick out by Faye Wilde, who now wants to pick some bones at all with what Estelle has brought to the table here so far. Irish whip off the ropes goes and now Estelle resorting to some dirty tag buster by Stacey Hatch of Faye Wilde. Look at this, keeping a fresh woman in and now tagging it instead, but now Faye Wilde dives in for Sugarfoot the Violator. Hyperextend Faye Wilde's leg. Now Sugarfoot the Violator gets tossed over to the rope. The hip apart. Estelle now not done with Faye Wilde. And Stacey is punching the lights together pretty well as a team. And now Estelle showing her power. Sugarfoot now taking advantage. Drops. Who now wants to pick some bones here. Clothesline. The Faye Wilde Irish whip off the ropes. And now she is stomping off the head. Spine buster by Stacey Hatch. Look at this, keeping the fresh woman in. And a big-time knee to the head of Estelle. Dives in for Sugarfoot the Violator. Now wait a minute, Sugarfoot the Violator gets tossed over to the rope. Kicks Estelle right in the chest, kicks her down. Estelle now not done with Faye Wilde. Can't really make out. She is punching the lights of Faye Wilde. As you know, she is a Sasquatch. Sugarfoot doesn't really have much of an English vocabulary. Look at the elbow drop, but I know violence. I know the language of violence. And now she is stomping. And here we go, Stacey Hatch just breaks up the count, not intimidated at all by Sugarfoot the Violator. And a big-time knee to the head of Estelle. As Estelle now really getting worked over in the enemy territory here. Wait a minute now. Sugarfoot has cut the ring in half. Keeping Estelle right in the chest, on her side of the ring here. And now look at this maneuver. Oh my goodness, the power Sugarfoot is saying, as you know, she is a Sasquatch. The Violator. It doesn't really have much of an English vocabulary. Oh, look at the elbow drop, but I know violence. I know the language of violence. Ladies and gentlemen, I am highly Stacey Hatch just breaks up the count, not intimidated at all. These ladies by Sugarfoot the Violator. Estelle now reversing it. Wait a minute here, the power really getting worked over in the enemy territory here. Sugarfoot has cut the ring in half, keeping Estelle on her side of the ring here, who is not intimidated at all. Oh my goodness, the power displayed by Sugarfoot the Violator again by Estelle is uncanny. Beautiful and a kick out again by Estelle. Sugarfoot in some serious trouble here. Impressed. Maybe if Paulie was walking right backstage with Estelle, that attack, and look at this, Estelle now reversing it. And look at that now. Wait a minute here, the power displayed by Estelle. Drops down Stacey Hatch, and now Sugarfoot's got Stacey Hatch way time, big time power slam, way up high in the air, who is not intimidated at all. Now going to tag in the little fairy, breaks up the count in the ring. And now Faye Wilde, beautiful power displayed here again right to the abdomen of Stacey Hatch. Beautiful maneuver. Sugarfoot now in some serious trouble here. Look at this. Maybe if Paulie was walking that backstage with Estelle, that attack probably wouldn't have happened. By Estelle. And look at that now. Using the long tags in Sugarfoot the Violator back in. This is fantastic tag team movers here. And now Sugarfoot's fresh person in. Way time. And Sugarfoot now going for a cover here. Way up high in the air. 2. And Stacey Hatch in the little fairy. Like I said, not intimidated at all. Kicks right out. A beautiful stomp. Right to the abdomen of Stacey Hatch and face of Stacey Hatch. That referee Ray Wilde now. Get in there. Whoa, a feisty one this young lady is here. Look at this beautiful Stacey Hatch clutch. Trying to mount an offensive comeback by Estelle. Now tags in Sugarfoot the Violator back in. This is fantastic tag team movers here. She's right where she wants to. Keeping the fresh person in by Sugarfoot. And Sugarfoot now going for a cover here. 1 down. 2. Stacey Hatch. And now kicks her down. Like I said, not intimidated at all. Kicks right out. Kicks her right in the face. And now Sugarfoot raking the eyes and face of Stacey Hatch. Look at the power being displayed by Little Very Best. Fantastic maneuver going for a pin. Stacey Hatch. And Faye Wilde just breaks it up. Broken up. Ladies and gentlemen, say what you will. You gotta be impressed. The Violator back in. This is fantastic tag team movers here. On WCW keeping the fresh person in. On TNT. And Sugarfoot now going for a cover here. 1, 2, LST. And Stacey Hatch. Legend Series Network. Like I said, not intimidated at all. Kicks right out. Oh my goodness, Estelle went for it all and missed. Now Sugarfoot raking the eyes and face of Stacey Hatch. I'm sorry, Rosa Gurney, better get in there. Whoa, difficulties. We're just on the hard camera here. Stacey Hatch. So please bear with us. Wilde just breaks it up. There's Estelle now. Wait a minute. Now look at the power being displayed by Estelle. You gotta be impressed. Beautiful bulldog with these 4 women tonight here on WCW Thunder for that power bomb spine buster. Or on and LST. Here she goes. There it is. Legend Series Network. Drops a Sugarfoot, here we go. Oh my goodness, Estelle went for it all and missed. And
She missed it from
Sugarfoot
the
kicks
top
out.
rope there.
What a match here on
We seem to be
Thunder.
having some technical difficulties.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank
We're
you
just
so much
on
for
the hard
joining
camera
us.
here.
The question
So please
you have to
bear
ask
with us
yourself is how the hell
as
can
Estelle
Estelle
do
do
this
this
in
in
heels?
Look at the power being displayed.
She makes it look
by
freaking easy.
Estelle.
And look at the leg
Beautiful
drop by
bulldog
Estelle. Drop
slam.
Sugarfoot right on
Power
her face.
slam, and now Estelle looked like she might be going.
And now
for
Estelle
that
tagging back
powerbomb
in
spine
Stacey
buster.
Hatch. Stacey Hatch
And here she
seems
goes.
to have Sugarfoot
There it
right where
is.
they want
Drops
them.
him.
Right where they want her.
Sugarfoot,
And
here
wait
we
a minute now,
go.
working over.
One.
Wrenching the
Two.
neck of Sugarfoot, but Sugarfoot now
And
looks like she's getting
Sugarfoot
angry
kicks
as she's
out.
firing
What
a
a
shot up
match
to the
here
midsection
on
Stacey
Thunder.
Hatch.
Ladies
Trip
and
off the
gentlemen,
rope
thank
here.
you so much
Dropped
for
down by
joining us.
Sugarfoot.
The question
And a
you have to
big-time
ask
back
yourself
body
is
drop
how the hell
by
can Estelle
Sugarfoot the
do this
Violator,
in
and Estelle now
heels?
going to break up that
She
count.
makes it look freaking easy. And look at
Ladies
the
and
leg
gentlemen,
drop
thank you
by
so much for being
Estelle.
a
Drops
member
Sugarfoot right on her face.
on the Legend Series channel. We
Now
appreciate
Estelle
you.
tagging back in
Stacey
Stacey
Hatch.
Hatch.
This weekly storyline-based
Stacey Hatch
content
seems to
just for
have
being a member
Sugarfoot
as
right
well
where
as
they
the
want
live
them.
pay-per-views
Right where they
every
want her.
month.
And wait a minute now, working over. Wrenching the
As
neck
well
of
as some
Sugarfoot, but
great
Sugarfoot
toy
now looks like she's
content,
getting
play
angry as
motion
she's
behind the
firing a
scenes
shot up to
content,
the midsection.
live
Stacey
streams,
Hatch.
video games,
Legend
Irish
Series
Series
has
has
it
it
all
all here.
Dropped down by Sugarfoot.
All you gotta do
and a big
is
time back
subscribe.
body drop.
And if you
by
want more of
Sugarfoot
this
the Violator, and
fantastic
Estelle now
content,
going
join
to break
that
up
membership.
that
Well,
count.
we appreciate you here
Ladies and
nonetheless.
gentlemen, thank you so much
As I
for
said
being
before,
a member.
we're stuck on the hard camera for
on the
some
Legend
reason.
Series channel. We appreciate
And a nice
you. DDT
You
by
can get this
Faye
weekly
Wilde,
storyline-based content
who puts down
just for being
Estelle.
a member as well as the live pay-per-views every
Getting put
month.
up there on the corner by Faye Wilde. Faye Wilde might be going
As
for
well
looks
as
like a
some great
Huracan
toy
Rana.
content,
Like I
play
said, I
motion
can't see. I'm
behind
looking at
the
the monitor
content,
just like
live
you guys
streams,
are.
video games, Legend
They're
Series
doing
has it
something
all
we
here.
can't tell. A
All you
beautiful
gotta do
Spanish
is
fly
subscribe.
by Faye
And if you want more of
Wilde.
this
That's
fantastic
gotta
content,
do it
join
for
that
us,
membership.
Estelle.
But we appreciate you here nonetheless.
And now Faye
As I said
Wilde being
before, we're
screamed
stuck
at
on
by
the hard
Sugarfoot,
camera
who
for
wants
some
it
reason.
now. Pick
And
the
a nice
bones of
DDT
Estelle. Look at
by
the
Faye
power by the
Wilde,
Sugarfoot the
who
Violator. Puts down Estelle with a
to the rope
single
now.
shot. Getting put up there on the corner
My
by Faye
word.
Wilde. Faye Wilde might be going for what looks like a Huracan Rana. Like I said, I can't see. I'm looking at the
Estelle now put
monitor
down
just
with
like
that
you guys
power,
are.
but
Broken up by Stacey Hatch. Now Irish
They're
Whip.
doing something
Wait
that
a
we
minute
can't
now.
tell. A
Beautiful
beautiful
Spanish
I think she's
fly.
going for it. Oh, look
My
at the
Faye
choke
Wilde.
slam.
That's
Puts
gotta
down
do it for Estelle. That might do it, ladies
now
and
Faye
gentlemen.
Wilde
Being screamed at by Sugarfoot.
As
Who
now we
wants
finally
to
got
now
control of this camera.
pick
Wait
the
a minute.
bones of Estelle.
And
Look
down
at
goes
the
Estelle.
power by the Sugarfoot the Violator. Puts down Estelle with a single shot. And that will do it. My word. Sugarfoot the Violator. Estelle now put down Faye Wilde. Putting down Estelle and Stacey Hatch. One thing that'll impress me, look at its replays here, is the tag team action and the tag team chemistry of Estelle and Stacey Hatch. And the splash by Estelle wasn't enough. This power, look at the power displayed by Sugarfoot is scary. It is horrifying, the power that this woman has. And the power by Estelle is no slouch neither. But look at this choke slam delivered by a Sugarfoot, dropping Estelle down completely. And then the Baldo bomb, completely dropping Estelle out and putting her down. Even Stacey Hatch knew there was nothing they were going to do here. Sugarfoot and Faye Wilde, your winners of tonight's competition. We still got 3 more matches to go, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, a tag team match to follow this fantastic tag team. I don't know if they can follow this one. This one was fantastic, a classic between Sugarfoot Faye Wilde, Estelle, and Stacey Hatch. Highly impressed with all 4 of these women, as the future is very bright for all 4. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tag team match coming up next after the break. The Edwards brothers taking on the Blackjacks to move on to the main event of Nitro this coming Monday, when they await the winner of the opening contest of Nitro, the Figure Fight Club and the Hooligans. But who's going to get the W here tonight? Everybody loves the Edwards brothers, but the Blackjacks have been on a roll. When we come back, we are going to get that tag team match. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. And as I said before, tag team action coming right your way. As you know that theme song, it's the Blackjacks. Ken Lanza and Maximilian Tucker. They are here. They are going to take on the Edwards brothers to move on to the main event of Nitro,
on the way to the ring at a combined weight
where they'll await the winners of the opening of Nitro. Well, wait a minute, I'm sorry. It's not going to main event Nitro. The winners of the main event of Nitro, which will be the Figure Fight Club and the Hooligans, will meet these two, whoever wins, these two teams, whoever wins this match at Slamboree. Ladies and gentlemen, so we're just doing a short tournament. I thought it was going to be a long-form tournament. I'm being informed by Eric Bischoff, who's standing right here in my office, that no, whoever wins this match will move on to Slamboree, and whoever wins the main event of Nitro between the Figure Fight Club and the Hooligans will move on to fight the winner of this at Slamboree to crown new WCW Tag Team Champions. And here come the Edwards brothers, all business, ready to go. Usually Sam Edwards floating on a cloud of marijuana smoke. Maybe Shane Edwards telling him, not now, we got to do this first.
401 pounds. Sweetness, Shane Edwards. And no wonder, Samuel Edwards.
The Edwards brothers here tonight, ready to go. I am excited to see how this will play out, because I am a fan of both teams. And all four men. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ken Lanza, Sam Edwards going to start this action off. The bell rings, and here we go. Thunder starts, or this tag team match starts on Thunder. Beautiful neck breaker maneuver by Samuel Edwards. I apologize for the silence. Just exchanging some notes here with Eric Bischoff, making sure I don't get anything wrong. I don't want to lose my job. As you know, I quite like being the commentator for the LSWA. But Eric Bischoff making it clear that the winner of this will go to Slamboree to take on the winner of the Nitro main event between the Figure Fight Club and the Hooligans. I don't know if it's going to be a special stipulation match. He did not specify. But he did say it will be unforgettable for sure. He goes, that much he can't promise. And ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to see what the LSWA brings in the future. Big time clothesline by Sam Edwards. Now $1 million fist drop. Just trying to stay on top of Maximilian Tucker. The Blackjacks, to me, seem to be the sleeper of this whole tag team tournament so far. I mean, I know Sam Edwards and Shane Edwards, they only team up when need be. They focus more on solo action. Whereas the Blackjacks have now been at the power plant, constantly working on tag team maneuvers, constantly working on the synergy and chemistry that they need to become a successful tag team here at the LSWA. So I would think, and Maximilian Tucker a few times has scored some big-time victories over some LSWA superstars. Same with Ken Lanza. This past Saturday, Ken Lanza involved in a big-time gauntlet match at the Gimmick Factory.
As you know, recently the Gimmick Factory becoming a medium for WCW, WWE, or WWF to go there and settle their differences. As Rada and Nico Tronis from two different companies have now established some kind of rivalry there at the Gimmick Factory. But between Eric Bischoff, Nick Aldis, and Adam Pearce, they all agree that the Gimmick Factory might need a championship of its own. We don't know how long that's going to come. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Sam and Shane seem to have Ken Lanza right where they want him. Eric Bischoff didn't specify how to get the job done. I guess you can win on a countout. But Shane, too proud to win on a countout, going to roll Ken Lanza back in the ring and follow suit so that he can get that W via pinfall or submission. But ladies and gentlemen, I am impressed so far with the tag team work of Sam and Shane Edwards. Like I said, they don't team up all that often. They focus more on the solo careers. But they are brothers, and if they need to team up, they know they have each other's backs. But now look at this. Ken and Max working over Shane Edwards, who's in deep, deep trouble now because he is in no man's land as he is in the Blackjack's corner. Taking a smoke break, I apologize. Now Ken Lanza now in the ring. Beautiful tag team action here. Tag team work. Co-work here. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. Teamwork. I think that's the answer. And here we go. Ken Lanza now going to drop him. Abdominal stretch bomb. Puts down Shane Edwards. And now look at this. Ken Lanza now going to tie the turnbuckle pad right in front of Shane Edwards. As Shane Edwards is screaming at referee Rosa Gurney to get over here and cover the turnbuckle pad. As Ken Lanza now takes it to Shane Edwards and punches Shane right in the face. Maybe going to work over Shane Edwards some before he takes him to that turn. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, and it's Rosa Gurney blocking that turnbuckle. And now beautiful back body drop by Ken Lanza. Drops Shane Edwards now working over, wrenching that head of Shane Edwards. Slamming Shane's head off the canvas. Ken Lanza, Max Tucker, they know what they want. They want the WCW gold around their waist. And here is the opportunity of a lifetime. Kevin Nash scoring an unfortunate quad injury, putting him out for a foreseeable amount of time, so the WCW tag titles had to be vacated. And right now, the Blackjacks and the Edwards brothers find themselves with an opportunity of a lifetime. They just got to get through two other teams, this match included. Nice sling blade by Shane Edwards. Puts down Ken Lanza. And now Shane Edwards makes the tag, but Ken Lanza tags in Max Tucker just in time. But Sam Edwards jumping all over him. But Max Tucker too strong. Max Tucker, literally built like a brick shithouse, will run you over. Literally like the Juggernaut. And slammed off the turnbuckle. The exposed turnbuckle. I don't know if anybody realized that, but Sam Edwards just fired off Max Tucker into exposed turnbuckle. Referee Rosa Gurney has yet to put the pad back on. So if anybody hits that turnbuckle like Max Tucker did on that surgically repaired neck, and there he hits it again on that surgically repaired neck and back. Maximilian Tucker's in some serious trouble as he has hit that. Finally, referee Rosa Gurney noticing it, now tying the turnbuckle pad back on, but Sam Edwards smartly, now wait a minute now, as I told you before, the brick shithouse Max Tucker instilling some fear, and look at this, are we going to get a power bomb? Maybe even be getting a buckle bomb. Instead, we're going to get an alley-oop onto that turnbuckle. And now Max Tucker now going to strangle Sam Edwards for Irish whipping him into that exposed turnbuckle. And now Maximilian walking Sam Edwards over to a neutral corner here and throws him right off the ropes into the middle of the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for joining us. This fantastic tag team match being what a splash! Being brought to you by Legend Series, and a nice breakup by Shane Edwards by the Legend Series Wrestling Alliance. Of course, you can be a part of the action. All you got to do is join the membership. If you know anybody who wants to join the membership, but they're on the fence, you got to let them know how much stuff they can get between the storyline-based contests, the free the live pay-per-views, live behind-the-scenes live streams, the wake and bake video game streams, behind-the-scenes tutorials. You get all kinds of stuff when you sign up to the Legend Series channel. Membership-wise, but if you can, please just let somebody know, hey, you got to subscribe to the Legend Series, because you can catch LSWA live every Saturday or Sunday from the Gimmick Factory. A big-time DDT by Ken Lanza, that might do it. Sam Edwards trying to get to Shane, but he can't. And now Sam Edwards Irish whipped into the Blackjack's corner. The Blackjacks here might be going to work together here to put down Sam Edwards. And now Ken Lanza talking some smack to Shane as he runs over now and drops a knee right to Sam Edwards' face. And now Ken Lanza heading to the top rope here. Beautiful elbow drop by Ken Lanza. What a maneuver. Very old school elbow drop, but Sam now breaks up. And a jawbreaker now going for a quick cover here. One. And Ken now cover his cover of his own. 1, 2. Sam Edwards now rolls it up. 1. And now a kick out by Ken Lanza finally. Breaking up that very of pins and a big time DDT by Sam Edwards. What a tag team match you are seeing here on WCW Thunder. Now Shane Edwards, Irish whips Ken Lanza to the neutral corner here. And now, wait a minute now, Ken Lanza too heavy for Shane. Shane falls backwards, now going for a dirty pin here. The referee don't see it. But Shane Edwards just kicks out. Thank God. Shane Edwards in some serious trouble here. And wait a minute now, Ken Lanza and Max going for the Blackjack slap. They are going to hit the Blackjack slap right on Shane Edwards. Sam, you better break this up. What? And Sam Edwards just breaks it up, thank God. Maximilian and Ken Lanza hit that Blackjack slap right on Shane Edwards. And that might do it now. They're going to tag in again. They're going to work him over here. Look at this. These two men, a well-oiled machine here tonight. As you can see, Sam and Shane haven't really been working together as a team. They've been really doing the solo mission stuff. As Sam comes back in the ring, but so does Max Tucker, who now drops Sam with a running DDT. And now he's going to stomp out Shane Edwards. A little insult to injury here. Big time senton bomb onto Shane Edwards. As now Max focuses back onto Sam. But Sam now got the mandible claw. He locked in that mandible claw. He calls it the doobie. He locked on the doobie onto Max. He's going to go for the pin here. 1, 2. And Maximilian Tucker just kicks out. I thought that was it for sure. Sam Edwards hitting that mandible claw. He calls the doobie. Now tossing him into the corner. Finally, some tag team maneuvers here. And look at this. Here we go. This Edwards brothers. Booyah. Nailing it. Fantastic pile driver into a brain buster. And broken up by Ken Lanza. Package pile driver rolled right into a brain buster. Shane and Sam Edwards, they are brothers. They might not need tag team chemistry. They got the old family chemistry. Bound by blood, these two men can read each other's minds. As now Shane Edwards begging Max to get to his feet. Fantastic mosh pit by Shane Edwards. Drops Maximilian down. Now tags back in Sam. Sam hoping to have some success, but now, oh my God, what a running DDT by Max Tucker. Hit that earlier on Sam Edwards before. Sam Edwards taking some shots to the head now. Look at the power. As I said before, the brick shithouse drops Sam Edwards face first. And now Ken Lanza back in the ring here. I got to be honest with you. If they hit that blackjack slap again, that might do you. 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. Now Sam Edwards just kicks out. That could have been completely instinctual. As now Ken Lanza going to pick up Sam Edwards. Going to Irish whip him into his corner here. You better hope. But wait a minute. I think I spoke too soon. Here comes the blackjack slap. They're going to hit Sam Edwards now. Blackjack slap on a Sam Edwards. Look at him play into the crowd now. And Max Tucker goes for a cover. But Shane breaks it up. And I don't know. The damage might be done here. These two men now beaten completely up. As now Ken Lanza just punches Sam Edwards down to the corner. Sam trying his hardest to make a comeback, but collides with Max Tucker. And now, oh no, not this. Tucker now drops Sam. Oh no, that's gotta do it. 1, 2, and oh my God, Sam Edwards might be seriously hurt there. Max Tucker. Let's just see some replays here, but I would seriously be worried about Sam Edwards. He just got dropped on his head. Neck breaker here. The Edwards brothers did everything they could to try to take out the Blackjacks, but the Blackjacks just a well-oiled machine. Even after a double suplex here from the Edwards brothers and a fantastic maneuver. Look at this elbow from Ken Lanza. Look at that senton bomb. Really going to break a rib or two, but it was this move right here, dropping Sam Edwards on his head. 1, 2, 3, Shane Edwards. And of course the medical staff checking on Sam Edwards. As now the Blackjacks, they are now moving on to Monday Nitro, the main event, where they will fight. I'm sorry, Slamboree. Eric Bischoff, don't throw a shoe at me.
Okay, alright. Hello, all you gorgeous people out there. You know who it is. It's the Venetian Victor, the Duke of Decimation, the Leaning Tower of Paisan, Bully Pepperjack. I've been waiting for this one. I'm bringing my boy Dom back to help me take out the trash. Let me tell you something. I haven't anticipated something like this since Van Halen opened up for Whitesnake. I got mine that night, and you can bet your ass I'm getting mine tonight too. All you fine people out there that came to see a fight, you're gonna get your money's worth tonight. We got an all-you-can-eat buffet of the sausage and peppers, the chicken cutlets, the chicken parm, and all the pesto to go with it. Your name may be Woody, but I'm the one that's gonna be handing out the lumber. We're gonna see just how high Jeffy can fly tonight. I'm gonna take care of Morning Glory the way I always do. Beat the hell out of it. See yous in the ring. Mwah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Thunder. And there you go. You heard it. You heard it here. Paulie Pepperjack letting Woody Triple Deuce know he's going to lay the lumber down. And for all your heavy metal needs, head on over to Mike Owen's YouTube channel. Give him a subscribe. If you need anything custom made, he will make it for you. And here comes The Gindaloons from the other side of the tracks. The family. Dom De Niro and Paulie Pepperjack.
Italiano, representing the family from Kansas City, Missouri.
That's right.
Weighing in at 243 pounds.
Paulie Pepperjack.
Stallion.
Paulie Pepperjack going one-on-one with Woody Triple Deuce. He was supposed to have a match last week against Action Figure Addict, but was taken out by Sasquatch. But he is here now tonight, and he is ready to go against Woody Triple Deuce. The question is Woody ready, or will Woody's head be in the clouds? And there you go, you hear it. Woody Triple Deuce's theme dropping in the arena as him and Jeff Farino hit the ring, throwing the pancakes and the THC-inspired snacks, or infused snacks. As you can tell, these two men have had a couple of those snacks before they headed to the ring. They are floating on air. Woody Triple Deuce and Jeff Farino heading to the ring. The LSWA faithful absolutely love Jeff Farino and Woody Triple Deuce, as they always bring the flavor here at WCW. Tossing the THC flapjacks into the arena. I am watching every single fan who catches them gobble them things up. As someone who's had a few flapjacks or two, I'll tell you what, the formula that Woody Triple Deuce has, of course, Woody Triple Deuce owning his own dispensary. The formula that he has in his flapjacks are uncanny. Can't even taste the THC, but let me tell you something, it's there. And here we go. The bell rings. Paulie Pepperjack now firing off right after Woody Triple Deuce. Now they lock up. And now look at Woody now, trying to show that maybe he's got a little bit of strength, maybe being underestimated by Paulie Pepperjack. But Paulie now answers back, tossing Woody off into the corner on his own. And they lock back up a third time here. And now another toss by Paulie Pepperjack, who's had enough now and punches Woody right in the face. And now Woody tosses Paulie Pepperjack to the outside, dumping Paulie Pepperjack. And now Paulie getting back in the ring here. And now double axe handle by Woody Triple Deuce. Now chop. Kick to the abdomen area. Oh, wait a minute. Woody now going for what looks like a beautiful powerbomb maneuver. He's going to sit out with him. And he does. Pinning combination. One. And a kick out by Paulie Pepperjack. Paulie's got to get he's got to answer back here after being attacked. And lovely tope by Woody Triple Deuce. As I said before, Paulie Pepperjack's got to get back to his winning ways after being fully assaulted by Sugar for the Violator a week or two ago. And look at this beautiful maneuver again. Woody really displaying the athleticism here tonight against one Paulie Pepperjack, as he is now really working over Paulie's army, now stomping out the hands, the pizza holding hand of Paulie Pepperjack. And now nice kick. Paulie kicks Woody right in the face. Woody doesn't want anything to happen to his mouth or nose. You know, he wants to intake that THC, and if he can't smoke or eat it, he'll be very disappointed. And now, wait a minute, look at this. Oh, wait a minute, reversal by Paulie, now swabbing at the knee. Chop blocking Woody Triple Deuce, and Woody now not happy with that, but beautiful Northern Light suplex now turned into what looks like a beautiful swing out fisherman neckbreaker. One. And a kick out by Woody Triple Deuce. Woody Triple Deuce now putting it all on the line, becoming an absolute fan favorite within the toy community as well as the LSWA. A nice spine buster, spine on the pine. 1, 2, and a kick out by Woody. And now beautiful neckbreaker by Paulie Pepperjack. Woody rolling to the outside. Trying to get a breather, but Paulie not having any of it. And now Paulie heading to the top rope here. Paulie putting on an absolute show for this Thunder crowd tonight. Nice. Fantastic flying clothesline off the top rope. Going for a cover here. 1, 2. And Woody kicks out again. Very impressive. With not only the maneuvers by Paulie Pepperjack, but the resilience of Woody to stay in this match and continue to kick out. Highly impressed with Woody Triple Deuce. And now Woody getting picked up, jacked up here. Beautiful Pittsburgh plunge for Fisherman Buster. And now Paulie Pepperjack going to wrench the neck of Woody Triple Deuce. Now trying maybe to tear some tendons, the old neck area. And stomping out Woody Triple Deuce here. Now Woody, beautiful knee to the face. Woody now trying to mount some kind of offensive comeback here. Just trying. Nice flapjack by Woody. You gotta wonder, does Woody have enough in him right now to hit that bonk smasher? The old Shining Wizard. And another big time spine buster by Paulie Pepperjack. 1, 2. And Woody just gets the shoulder up. What a match here on Thunder between Paulie Pepperjack and Woody Triple Deuce. If you are not following JMK Custom Works and you're an action figure collector, I don't know what you're doing, the young man. Oh, nice splash by JMK. Or I should say Paulie Pepperjack, which is JMK's cousin. JMK always teaching you how to make them custom action figures. And even working with his father, couple of kooks. They're live every week at 11 a.m., usually on Sundays. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As now look at the maneuver here again. Another Fisherman neck breaker. This might do it right here. 1, 2. And Woody just kicks out Paulie Pepperjack. Can't believe it. Might have to put a little bit more sausage and peppers on the old pizza here. And a big time spine buster. That might do it right there. 1, 2, 3. Paulie Pepperjack gets the big time W over Woody Triple Deuce. Paulie Pepperjack definitely needed a win in that. Look at this. The power displayed by Woody was impressive here, as well as his athleticism. But Paulie Pepperjack, too much, too strong for Woody Triple Deuce. Not only hitting that move once, as well as the spine buster. He hit the spine buster 3 separate times. Look at this flapjack by Woody Triple Deuce. But these spine busters, just too much for Woody Triple Deuce. There's only but so many of those you can take, even kicking out here. And again, hitting this fantastic Northern Lights Fisherman Neckbreaker combo. And the resilience of Woody Triple Deuce alone should earn him a title shot in the future. But not tonight. Paulie Pepperjack scoring a big-time victory. I don't know why Dom De Niro was hurt. Maybe celebrating too hard. But Paulie now feeling great, gaining some momentum. But if I was him, I'd run backstage to go check on his lovely lady Estelle, who suffered some serious, I don't want to say injuries, but some serious lacerations and was busted open at the hands of Sugarfoot. Well, we got plenty more to come, but I'm being told right now that the monster, the witch doctor, Rada, has some things he wants to get off his chest. And that being said, let's head over to the monster, the witch doctor, Rada.
Horsemen? Who the fuck you think you are? You think old Luga put me in an ambulance means you can just come on trampling on in like some motherfucking apocalypse? We'll give you apocalypse, motherfuckers. Sandy Bones Rada. Paraphrase the great Booker T. We coming for you! Luga, you think this is over? The hell it ain't. Joe Boo Tony Fox demands sacrifice. I, Rada, have made it my personal mission to rid the LSWA of all legends, icons, and who the fucks. Production truck, are you listening? The next time we meet, Luger, and there will be a motherfucking next time, you narcissist fuck. Hell in a cell. Believe the Voodoo Temple. Fear the Voodoo Temple. We fight. You pray.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Thunder. And that song means only one thing. It is time for the main event here on Thunder. The Voodoo Temple taking on the Four Horsemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited for this one, as the monster Samdi, Bones, and the witch Dr. Rada have found a mystery partner to even the odds against the Four Horsemen. But right now, here comes the Voodoo Temple, Bones, Samdi, and Rada, as they slowly make their descent here in the arena. This crowd doesn't know whether to make heads or tails of the Voodoo Temple. I'll tell you one thing, this commentator always gets the heebie-jeebies when these gentlemen hit the ring. Or monsters, whatever the hell you want to call them. But the bottom line is this: they are very, very scary individuals. One thing is for sure, for certain. And they are here to delve out punishment as they take on the Four Horsemen here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at the LSWA. The Four Horsemen, they're going to have their work cut out for them as they take on the Voodoo Temple and a partner of their choosing. I am worried. Right now, I have no idea what Rada has planned for us. But they are here, the Voodoo Temple. The audience here in Las Vegas terrified of Samdi. Wait a minute here, ladies and gentlemen, are you kidding me? It's Mortis! They've gone to parts unknown and they found the demon Mortis! Mortis returns to WCW here tonight. I cannot believe this. Mortis is back. Is he a member of the Voodoo Temple, or is he Jobu Tony Fox? Is he the Bones that Rada goes to consult? But Mortis is back at WCW and he is teaming up with the Voodoo Temple. I cannot believe my eyes right now, ladies and gentlemen. Mortis is here. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, I am very nervous as we now hear the Four Horsemen's theme song. The Four Horsemen, we await. And here they come.
And at a combined weight of 942 pounds, Rick Flash, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and holds Dean Malenko.
And
the 4 Horsemen.
And there you have it, the 4 Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Dean Malenko, and Ric Flair. Finally descending back in WCW where they belong. Recently went on a very long tour of Europe and Japan. Or Europe and Asia, I'm sorry. And finally now made their way back to the States. And when they came back, they were sick to their stomach when they found out that their very good friend, the Icon, the Stinger, was completely taken out by the Voodoo Temple and Rada. They wanted to get some revenge of their own as well as, like, oh, look at that big boot by Rada, puts down Flair. And now here is your main event for Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, the Voodoo Temple. Accompanied and allied with Mortis to take on the 4 Horsemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said this before, the Voodoo Temple definitely gives me the heebie-jeebies as now Flair in big-time trouble as he takes on the monster, the giant Sandy. They say he was born on a Tuesday, or born on a Monday, died on a Tuesday. Or is that Solomon Grundy? We don't know. Big-time back elbow by Sandy. And now look at this. Chops by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, putting Sandy back into the corner. But now the strength, the power displayed by the monster. It's too much for the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. A big-time kick to the head. Oh, my goodness now. Sandy now walks over. Was going to tag in. It looked like he was going to tag in the Witch Doctor Rada, but the Witch Doctor told him, you take out the Enforcer. Take out their Enforcer. And Sandy happily obliged. And now tosses Arn Anderson into that corner. And now working on Ric Flair here, who might have just been in the wrong place, wrong time now. Oh my God, no! He just tossed Ric Flair out of the ring. Ric Flair might be in serious trouble. I think we need to get a doctor on Ric Flair, who just took a power bomb from the ring to the damn floor. As now Sandy going to work over Arn Anderson. This Voodoo Temple does not play by anybody's rules. And the power displayed by Sandy is terrifying. As now the Witch Doctor finally gets in, and Flair, my word, finally able to get his air back and get back onto the apron. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a member. I hope you enjoyed the Thunder. I hope you're going to enjoy SmackDown. I hope you enjoy LSWA every Saturday and Sunday from the Gimmick Factory whenever we run. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a member. Thank you so much for gifting memberships. Thank you so much for everything you do. You have no idea what it means to the Legend Series Wrestling Alliance and Legend Series team. And right now, Rada and the Voodoo Temple has got Arn Anderson, the Enforcer, right where they want him. They're enforcing their own form of justice here on the Horsemen. Beautiful Hurricane Rana by Bones, who is now working Arn Anderson over in the Voodoo Temple's corner here. For some reason, Mortis doing Hindu squats on the apron here. As now Bones continues to work over Arn Anderson in the corner there. Arn Anderson finally getting a tag, but to Ric Flair, who is seriously in trouble here after that powerbomb by Sandy to the outside. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson screaming. Tully Blanchard and Dean Malenko, I'm sorry, screaming, please tag me in. We are the fresher of the team. And look at that, Flair telling them both to get off the apron. Flair not listening to Tully and Dean. And now a kick to the midsection. Ric Flair now going to that second rope now, uncharacteristic of the Nature Boy. Double axe handle by the Nature Boy off the second rope here. One. And a kick out by Bones. Bones definitely the smaller of the Voodoo Temple. Still a massive man. But the more agile of the Voodoo Childs, which is Bones and Sandy's tag team, which you gotta wonder why they weren't involved in the tag team tournament. And I'm sure the Witch Doctor Rada will have something to say about that. 1, 2, and a kick out by Bones. Tully Blanchard now trying to figure out what you have to do to put down these dark souls of the Voodoo Temple. As now Tully now working over the arm and hand of Bones. I mean, possessed or not, if he breaks your hand and you can't use it, you can't apply an offensive maneuver. As Tully Blanchard now really working over Bones here. And you got to tip your cap to the 4 Horsemen, because the Horsemen came down here not at all worried. And look at this, Mortis now breaking it up. And now Mortis and Tully lock it up, and Tully Blanchard now going to put him in that beautiful shoulder breaker maneuver as Witch Doctor Rada right in here, tagged by Bones and attacks Tully Blanchard while he's distracted by Mortis. As now the Horsemen attacking Mortis here. Dean Malenko and Ric Flair attacking Mortis here while the Witch Doctor Rada takes it to Tully Blanchard in the ring there. Mortis now coming back on Dean on the outside here. Well, wait a minute, look at this. Oh my goodness, drops Dean with a DDT. Putting down Dean Malenko, and back on the apron is Mortis. But now Arn Anderson coming over, screaming at him. I think he might have really hurt Dean Malenko. Now eye rake by Tully Blanchard, literally resorting to the dirtiest of tactics. You have to when you fight monsters like Rada and the Voodoo Temple, even Mortis. Mortis is a man possessed as well. And I don't know if that is the Bones that Rada refers to when he says he consults with the Bones. And look at this beautiful maneuver by Tully Blanchard, the crown jewel of WCW. Look at the kicks by Tully Blanchard now, displaying some fancy footwork on the Witch Doctor Rada. The Witch Doctor's in a big trouble. Well, look at that, beautiful, baited and switched Ric Flair right in. And now Irish whip, a big time boot by Rada, and he puts him down. Could this do it? 1. And Ric Flair kicks out at 1. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for joining us here on this Thunder. We appreciate you. This is the closing episode of Thunder. There will be no more Thunder episodes. After this, we will just focus on Nitro and Raw. With, of course, the pay-per-views and the occasional ECW programming. Or we'll just call that the Extreme programming. As now a tag, and finally the man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko, finally making his long-awaited debut in this ring, and now he's punching out Rada. You got to be careful. He might be the smallest guy in the ring, but he is definitely the feistiest. He definitely has a mean streak, and in comes Bones to break up that count. And, you know, speaking of tag teams, we said Rada and Sandy got shortchanged on that tag team tournament, but so did the Brainbusters, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. And I'm sure, as I said before about Rada, I'm sure the Horsemen are going to have something to say about not having the opportunity to fight for the tag team titles. As now Rada, look at this, reverses it, but Dean Malenko just kicks out. And now Rada locks up with Dean, now throws him into the corner. That's not where Dean wants to be. Tag team to Big Sandy. They're going for it all right here. Big time DMF. Made famous by the messiahs of wrestling, Tone Bone and Bobby Sapphire. And now Tully Blanchard just breaks it up. And now this is breaking down as Ric Flair goes after Rada. But Sandy now puts down Dean Malenko and goes for another cover here. 1, 2. And Dean Malenko just gets his shoulder up. You got to ask yourself what you got to do to put down a man the size of Sandy. And Dean Malenko, look at that power displayed. Sandy in big time trouble. Now look at this insulting cover here, 2. And Dean Malenko just kicks out. I don't think Dean Malenko wants to go out that way. As now Sandy just throws Dean into his own corner, begging him to make a tag to any other Horseman. And now big time clothesline drops Dean Malenko. Dean now crawling over to make the tag as Sandy plays to the crowd. Sandy now going to have to take on Tully Blanchard now. Tully now back in the ring here, but oh, wait a minute now. Sandy locks him up and he's got him right by the throat, yelling something at him. And a punch right to the stomach. That might have broken a few ribs right there. As now Sandy going to work over Dean a little bit as he clotheslines Tully back down to the ground. And now Tully all the way up on the shoulders of Sandy. The spikes digging into Tully's abs. Oh, drops him right in front of his tag team. And he's screaming right at Arn Anderson. But wait a minute, Tully Blanchard now fighting back, and he does. Drops Sandy right onto his face. And going for a chop there, but now Sandy Irish whips into the corner, but Tully Blanchard will not be denied. Tully Blanchard trying to stay alive here for the Horsemen's sake. As now Rada gets back into the ring here in a big time boot to the abdomen. And look what looks like a sidewalk slam by Rada, dropping Tully Blanchard to the canvas. And going for a cover here, but Dean Malenko going to break it up. And he does. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for enjoying the action. We appreciate you. Make sure you catch SmackDown as well as Thunder. These are the last time you're going to see SmackDown and Thunder for a very long time. And a big-time chokeslam onto Tully Blanchard. That ought to do it right there. 1, 2, and Tully puts his foot or grabs the rope just in time. Tully Blanchard, crafty veteran maneuver there. Just getting his hand up to grab the rope. As now Rada visibly frustrated. Put him down with a backbreaker, and now going to the top rope. Is Rada going to splash him? Rada has been known to do that big-time splash off the top rope. But Rada now big-time tomahawk maneuver, chopping down Tully Blanchard. Now Irish whips him back into the corner here. Going to tag in Bones. And now wait a minute, now Bones goes to the rope here. Double axe handle working over Tully Blanchard big time, so he can't hit that brain buster. But now Tully trying to go for a roll-up and right into the ropes. Does him no good. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please catch live from the Gimmick Factory every weekend. LSWA, where the lines are blurred in brand loyalty and we settle our scores over there. Last week, Chad debuted, a successful debut against Shane Edwards, who talked a lot of smack. And now look at his Bones. Beautiful, but a reverse by Tully Blanchard into a powerbomb. That is the maneuver that Tully Blanchard was waiting for. Irish whips him into the corner now, maybe going to get some help. But no, Bones fires back. Bones was going for a leg lariat, but Tully telegraphs it. Then Tully now going for that beautiful pile driver. That might have broken the neck of Bones, and Rada jumps right over referee Rosa Gurney and hits Tully Blanchard, breaking up that count. Tully Blanchard might have had Bones right where he wanted him with that pile driver. Beautiful leg lariat now with everything he's got. Bones now placating to this LSWA crowd as Tully tries to make a cover, a tag, and he makes the tag to the man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko, who, oh my goodness gracious, gets sliced bread for his troubles right in front of everybody here. They have no answer, but Tully just breaks it up. Thank goodness. Tully was able to break that up, but the damage might be done. And wait a minute now, Bones looks like he might be going for that slice bread again. And well, wait a minute, oh, Hudakan Rana right into the Voodoo Temple's corner. And now wait a minute, he hits that slice bread now right dead center in the middle of the ring. The Horsemen confused. 1, 2, and the Voodoo Temple score the big-time victory over the Horsemen. Bones definitely should have earned an opportunity. What a main event. Look at this replay here. The Voodoo Temple working like a well-oiled machine against the 4 Horsemen. And look at this power bomb to the outside. Ric Flair might need some serious medical attention after that, but finished the match like a true warrior. And as I said before, the Voodoo Temple just working as a well-oiled machine as they put down the Four Horsemen once and for all. And Bones, of all people, look at the power displayed by Rada here, dropping down and trying to go for a little insult to injury, but Dean Malenko said not today, kicking out of that. As Rada, like I said before, having his team firing on all cylinders here as they score a big-time victory over the Four Horsemen. The question is, what's next for the Voodoo Temple? What is next for Rada, Sandy, and Bones? Rada calling out Lex Luger, saying, hell in the cell. You got balls. You call yourself the total package. Let's see what you got. But my question is Mortis now a part of the Voodoo Temple going forward? The Voodoo Temple now right back on the track of momentum. Rada quickly back where he needs to be. Lost last week to Lex Luger, but he gains the big-time victory here. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony Styles. I want to thank you all for joining us here. Please consider joining the membership if you haven't. We thank you so much for joining us. We still got SmackDown. If you haven't caught that first before you watch this one. If you know anybody who isn't subscribed to the Legend Series channel, please just get them to at least to subscribe. This way they can catch live from the Gimmick Factory every weekend. And then maybe if you can convince them to join the membership, they can join the ranks and they can watch this show along with you and talk about it all week long as we move on with the stories. But until next week from WCW, I am Tony Styles. Have a great night, everybody.